On this week's episode, Jon Wertheim checks in from Indian Wells to discuss the tournament's top storylines. On the Beyond the Baseline podcast, Sports Illustrated executive editor, Tennis Channel commentator and host Jon Wertheim takes fans between the lines with tennis commentary and exclusive interviews with the top players and newsmakers on the ATP and WTA tours. On the latest edition of the Beyond the Baseline podcast, Jon Wertheim checks in from tennis paradise at the BNP Paribas Open. Never miss an episode of Beyond the Baseline. Click here to subscribe. Listen below and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or on Stitcher. From the grounds at Indian Wells, Wertheim checks in with Jamie Lisanti in the New York studio to discuss the top storylines and results from the BNP Paribas Open, including Naomi Osaka, her performance so far and her recent comments on Twitter about becoming a role model for young tennis players around the world. The strong performances by young teenage players such as Yoshihito Nishioka, Marketa Vondrousova and Felix Auger-Aliassime, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal's comments on the announcement that ATP president Chris Kermode will not continue as ATP president beyond his current contract, which expires at the end of 2019, the comparison between Gael Monfils and Nick Kyrgios and much more. Check back next week for another episode of Beyond the Baseline.